Did you know that nearly 20% of black men supported Trump in the 2020 election? So why do many black men seem unfazed by his rhetoric on race? Today, we're unpacking the complicated relationship between black men and Trump. It's essential to recognize that this isn't just about politics. It's deeply rooted in a historical context of racism and how that intersects with modern political views. Why some brothers are ignoring Trump's racism, remembering our history, the brutality against black men. We can't talk about why some of us are turning a blind eye to Trump's racism without first remembering the history that brought us here. Our ancestors faced unimaginable brutality, from the chains of slavery to the terror of the Ku Klux Klan. The KKK, born in 1865, wasn't just about burning crosses. They were about keeping us in our place through violence and fear. For generations, black men were targets of lynchings, beatings, and straight-up murder, just because they dared to exist, let alone thrive. These white supremacist groups wanted to maintain control and keep us from rising up, especially when it came to our rights and our voices. This history of brutality is a stain that still lingers in our communities, a reminder of the constant struggle we've had to endure just to survive. Donald Trump and white supremacy. What's really going on? Now let's talk about Trump. From the moment he stepped onto the political stage, he's been dropping statements and pushing policies that have us wondering where he really stands when it comes to white supremacists. We all remember Charlottesville in 2017, when he had the nerve to say there were very fine people on both sides after a white supremacist rally. That felt like a slap in the face to anyone who's been paying attention to the history of racism in this country. And then there's his record in office. Trump rolled back criminal justice reforms that were supposed to help us. His law and order talk was code for cracking down on black communities, not making them safer. And let's be real, a lot of what he did felt like it was meant to keep his white supporters happy while leaving us out in the cold. The economic game, jobs, money, and survival. But here's the thing. Some brothers still ride with Trump because they believe his policies have been good for their pockets. During his time in office, Trump bragged about how low black unemployment was, claiming it was his doing. But when you look closer, it ain't all that. Sure, some of us found work, but what kind of jobs were they? Many were low-wage gigs that didn't offer real security. Maybe that's what he means when he said that immigrants are taking black jobs. When we talk about minority employment, we have to ask if these jobs really helped lift us up or just kept us treading water. Trump's economic impact on our community is complicated. Some folks saw a little extra in their paychecks from his tax cuts, but others felt the pinch from cuts to services we rely on, like healthcare. What about race relations and public opinion? A divided nation. Race relations took a dive under Trump, no doubt. His words and actions made it feel like we were backtracking on the progress we fought so hard for. Public opinion split right down the middle, with folks on one side defending him and others calling out his racism loud and clear. It's like black jobs and racial equality were afterthoughts in his administration, overshadowed by policies that seemed designed to keep us down. In the 2024 election, why some of us are still supporting Trump. Now, as we head into the 2024 election, we gotta ask, why are some brothers still standing by Trump? For some, it's about the money. They see the economic benefits and think that outweighs the racism. Others might feel like the Democratic Party ain't delivering on the promises they keep making. Then there's the constant flood of misinformation and political deception that makes it hard to know what's real. In the world of Trump news, political integrity, and media scrutiny, some of us are prioritizing jobs, economic growth, and opportunities over race relations and public trust. It's a complicated decision, one that reflects the struggle of balancing survival with standing up for what's right. Finding the truth in politics. Understanding why some black men are ignoring Trump's racism ain't easy. It's a mix of our history, our present struggles, and the way politics plays out in America. We've got to look deeper at how Trump's policies really affect us and what that means for the future of our community. As we face the 2024 election, it's more important than ever to keep the conversation going, to push for the truth in politics, and to make sure our voices are heard, not just as voters, but as black men with a stake in this country's future. The relationship between black men and Trump is anything but straightforward. It's a complex interplay of historical context, personal experiences, and political beliefs. The choices individuals make can be influenced by a myriad of factors that go beyond race. Understanding these nuances is crucial if we want to foster meaningful conversations about race and politics in America. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this topic? Do you think there's a valid reason for black men to support Trump? Let's chat in the comments below. And if you're interested in diving deeper into race and politics, don't forget to check out my previous video on this subject. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Support the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share.